Hey guys, I hope everybody is good. I just got back from a killer glute session. It was amazing. I feel really good. But I am starting to get period pains. So I think I'm not actually on my period yet, but I can feel it coming. I don't know if you guys feel that feeling 2 or 3 days before that it's coming, but I'm lucky because I get those warnings that it's coming. So I am about to prepare for it because like many of you probably do, I get a sweet tooth craving like crazy. I get major sweet tooth cravings, and before I didn't really know how to handle them, and it would end up in me snacking on anything. I'm a sweet tooth gal, so I don't really have burgers and fries or anything like that, but sweets, candy, Haribos, Tanktastics, the sugary ones, biscuits, Oreos, things like that. I'm a sweet tooth monster, so that's what I tend to reach for. But nowadays I have a better control over it. I never thought I would, but I had to learn about my body, what was happening to it in order to counteract it and act with it instead of act against it. So I'm here to tell you guys what I do to not reduce my cravings, because they happen regardless, but to improve how I crave and how to have better control around that time period. Okay, so if you didn't know, the reasons we get cravings, ladies, on our periods is because of hormonal changes. So before our period begins, ladies, we have a drop in our progesterone hormone and we have a rise in our estrogen hormone. And what that actually causes to happen in our body is it causes our blood sugar levels to drop. All right, our body needs to be in a constant state of homeostasis. So that message is sent to our brain. Your blood sugar levels are low, and our body or our brain tells our body to counteract it somehow. And the way we do that is by increasing the amount of sugars we take in. Okay, and that's why we get cravings. So thank you, body, very much for giving us these cravings. So really and truly, as long as we are having periods, ovulating, having regular periods, that's a good thing. We're healthy women then. Focus on the positive of that. I just see it as if I'm getting cravings, then I'm working correctly, and I'm grateful for that. But now I'm gonna work with those cravings and just feed my body with nutritious sugars. So what I do to replenish my sugar levels in a healthy way is I avoid processed foods as much as possible. However, I have one meal every day for my period as a processed meal. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I tend to reach for. I'm gonna make a pasta dish. Okay, so I don't usually have pastas. I don't usually have breads. I don't usually have processed carbs that much. I probably have it once or twice a week as it is. I probably have it once or twice a week, probably not really even that, but I tend to have it more on my period times. And the reason I do that is because it's so yummy and it prevents me from reaching for a bunch of other things. So I rather have one whole meal, like wholesome meal, make it a wholesome meal, add protein and things like that, then sit down and eat a bunch of sugars that are going to spike my insulin, because that's very counterproductive. But if I can have it in one meal that's still nutritious out of the every other week of the month, then I'm happy with that. I crave less. And so that's what I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite simple pasta dishes. Yay, pasta! Also, guys, another thing that I do is I make sure to buy fruit. So I haven't got any in the house, so I do need to go and get some. I'm probably going to take a walk later on and go and grab some fruit. But I want to talk about fruits a little bit. I personally do not really eat tropical fruits or high sugary fruits every day or every week. I have them as treats here and there. The reason why, again, even though they are fruit, they're natural, they do still spike your insulin. They are sugars. When you spike your insulin, guys, you're signaling your body to store fat in your fat cells. Okay, so that's what happens when you spike your insulin. I know it's still fruit, but it's still gonna spike your insulin levels. So I tend to opt for fruit or anything on the glycemic index that does not have a massive spike of my insulin. That is the foods that I typically reach for day in and day out. And then here and there, I will reach for foods higher on the glycemic index. Okay, so during my period, I tend to reach for, during my period times, 9 times out of 10, I still eat berries. So berries are my favorite fruit. Not only are they super delicious and super sweet and they help with cravings, but they're very low on the glycemic indexes. They're like a trick food. They taste really sweet, but they're really low in the glycemic index. They're low in sugars, they're low in carbs. So I tend to reach for strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, cranberries, things like that, okay? And here and there, I will reach for things like bananas. They're not bad, guys. I really want to just say to you that fruit is not bad. But I am personally careful with how much fruit I have throughout the week and what types of fruit I have. So here and there throughout the week, I'll have things like apples, bananas as a snack. But it's not something I tend to reach for every day, every day, every day. As one of my 5-a-days. My 5-a-days, I rather get it from greens. They're more nutritious. So that's what I do. Anyway, guys, I've been talking for a little while. Let's get into this pasta dish. Let's get into it. I'm going to be making a beef pasta. All right, guys, let's make this pasta. It's really super simple. Pasta dishes are not complicated. Let's go. The first thing you're going to need is some beef. But honestly, I'm choosing beef, but you can use whatever protein source you want. It could be chicken, fish, whatever. And I'm going to be using animal fat and olive oil to cook mine because my beef is actually low fat and I want the fat in there because that's going to help me to stop craving and it's also going to help me to feel a little more full. Then I'm going to add in some peppers, onions, garlic, things like that, and I'm going to season it. Like I've said before, guys, I don't add salt to my dish when I've already used something that contains salt, a seasoning like Dash or something like that. I don't add any excess salt because that's going to bloat me and it's going to increase my salt levels in my blood and I don't need that. Then I'm going to add a tomato sauce. Guys, be careful with the pasta sauces you choose to use. A lot of them contain a lot of additional sugars. So I opt for the lowest sugar version that I can find. Or honestly, you can just make your own with some tomatoes and some water. And once that's done, you can just add some of the pasta. Guys, this recipe is so simple. Unfortunately, I lost the rest of the footage, but guys, like I said, the recipe is so simple. I hope the information at the start really helps you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.